Welcome to Destination Newry. I'm here today, this afternoon, with James McAreevy and with Anthony Russell. And just to introduce Anthony first. Anthony, you are the chairman of Old Newry Society, is that correct?
I am.
So what exactly is the Old Newry Society?
Well, the Old Newry Society is a wonderful society. It's been in existence since 1968. And its brief all through those years has been to provide an opportunity for people to get to know the history of Newry. Probably in two ways. One, the story of Newry, the narrative of Newry, almost in an academic way. And the other is to commune with the characters of Newry, past and present.
That sounds really interesting. So what does the society actually do? Does it meet regularly? Does it keep an archive?
We meet about 6 times a year. We begin in September. Then we have our annual dinner in January. In the annual dinner, we try to go out to a place of historic interest. For example, we had our dinner one year in the meeting house in Bessbrook with the Quakers. We met in Bagenal's Castle. And this year was fascinating because we had our annual dinner in the Masonic Hall on the Downshire Road. So we also we have lectures, obviously. And we generally try to acquaint people with the history of the town. One of the things we're very proud of is that over the 40 years we never stopped. We're a cross-community society, and right throughout the Troubles the Old Newry Society kept going.
That's a great achievement and a great legacy. And turning to you, James, you are involved with the Newry Maritime Association. Can you tell us a bit about that association?
Yeah, that's correct, Shauna. I am actually a research and PR officer with the Maritime Association. And basically we are a group of people who try to preserve and indeed promote the history of Newry Canal and its environs to our activities and events. And last year we had a flagship project which was the erection of a monument at Victoria Locks in Fathom for 2 Newry ships and their crews that were lost during the last war, the Privet and the Walnut, in 1940 and 41 respectively. And we engage with the community in as many and diverse ways as we can. For instance, at the moment we're actively involved with the Prince's Trust, and there's a group of young people working down at Victoria Locks in Fathom, repainting fences and getting the place tidied up. We also have an ongoing partnership with Drumlane and Quayside Community Association. And one of the projects that we're involved with there is we hope to have a monument to all the port workers at the Albert Basin commissioned by next year, and that is work in progress. So that's what we're about, Shauna. Just like Anthony said about Old Newry, we are an all-inclusive group. We have people from all walks of life, and basically anyone who has an interest in the port or the port story, we'd love to have them along.
Thank you very much. And there are lots of events happening all the time. In fact, there's an event coming up this very Tuesday, is that right?
There is. The Old Newry Society tries to be innovative. And when we have a lecture of particular significance, we like to go to a place that represents the place or the topic that we're talking about. For example, when we did the Newry Canal, we went to the Riverside Presbyterian Church, which is beside the old turning basin there. So this week on Tuesday the 19th at 8 o'clock, we are having our lecture in the Buttercrane Centre. And we're going to turn the Buttercrane, the thoroughfare, I suppose really down from Ann Summers towards Topshop, we're going to turn it into a lecture theatre. And we will be presenting the history and the characters of Ballybot. Ballybot is a place very, very close to my heart because I spent my childhood there. It was a wonderful place to spend your childhood because we lived next door to Jenny Werner's house. Jenny, of course, eloped with John Mitchell, married him. We lived not too far from where John Mitchell lived. 2 doors down was Arthur Russell's house. Arthur Russell's son was Charles Russell. Another daughter of his was Sister Baptista, a Mercy nun, and she became very, very famous in San Francisco for her good works. So Ballybot contains tremendous characters, but of course not only those very, very famous characters, but the characters who lived on the street are just as important to us. I think, for example, of Felix Larkin and Larkin's Pub, which was a tremendous place in Ballybot. It was also a place of little shops. I think of McAteer's, I think of Vincent Burke's shop. I think of Con McBarron. One of the thrills of one's childhood was going along Dominic Street, and you knew Christmas was coming when Con started to put toys in the window. He was a grocer's shop, but come Christmas the toys went into the window and you knew Christmas was coming. Across from Con you had Harry Galloway. And Harry actually had a little ice cream factory just off the High Walk there. And Harry started off with I suppose you call it a tricycle with the ice cream in front of him. And then he probably became a bit more prosperous because his ice cream was superb. And he got himself a van, and he was selling ice cream around the town in a van. But he was a kind man, because when we were nippers running around Dominic Street, we would call at the door, and he would hand us out all the broken wafers. So it's a wonderful place, Ballybot.
That's fantastic. It sounds absolutely like it's going to be a fascinating evening. How do we get tickets, or how do we get to this event?
Well, the Buttercrane has opened its back door for us. The car park is free, so you come early, I would suggest. And you give Miss Cathy Brooks, who is our treasurer, £6 and she will admit you to a wonderful presentation.
And tell us the date and time again.
It's the Tuesday the 19th of February at 8 p.m. in the Buttercrane Centre.
Okay, so that sounds like an absolutely brilliant event, and we will definitely be there. This is Shauna Talbot for Destination Newry.